Hey, everybody, welcome back. As you can see, we have Nina Ruberti with us again to talk about Bach flower essences for this month of July. As you may remember, the animals message for this month is with, and I struggled with a preposition, especially when I said to Nina, I'm like, it's with, and she's like, with what? And I'm like, with. So we played around with that for a little bit. I also just want to alert everybody that Nina's going to be on the podcast that I co-host called the Animal Communication Podcast. Her episode's going to drop this Monday, the 21st. So as you're watching this video, you can also check out the latest episode and hear a little bit more about how Bach flower essences work in general, how she works with them, how she can help you and your animals with them. It's a whole broader view. So check that out as well. Before, and I just wanted you guys to know that. So as we get started in talking about specifically with for the month of July. So Nina, what do you have for us this month?
Yes, thank you very much, Julie, and good to see you. And I'm grateful for being on your podcast as well. So very excited. Yes, at first I was like, with what? But when you start to think of the word with, it's like, so you need to be fully embodied. You need to, as I was thinking, is that you need to be centered, you need to be grounded, you need to be really connected to your higher self, to the divine creator, so that you can truly be your true, authentic self. Because if you're not embodied or centered or any of those things, you can't really be with someone or any of that unless you are fully present. So all of like the Bach flower essence and everything brings you into being fully embodied and present in your body so that you are able to be with someone or to work with someone or however that looks in your life. So I picked three again today, this time. And so the first one I picked was agrimony.
Okay.
So that is Agrimony, agrimony. So basically, this is someone that possibly is like an actor or they put a mask on. They're usually very cheerful. They are, very social. They're joyful. They are just smiling all the time. They're kind of acting that everything is good, but yet then they're hiding behind anxiety and fear. A lot of times they are the peacemaker. They really don't like confrontation or arguments. They're very restless, but they're suppressing their emotions.
Mm.
So agrimony will restore that inner peace and the contentment. So basically, they are able to deal with the positive and the negative situations. So then when you take the agrimony, you're able to like really feel genuine inner joy and to experience true harmony. So then when you're experiencing all of that, you're able to fully be with someone moving forward.
Okay.
So
Oh,
that's
that's
agrimony.
yeah. So say for example, say I have a conversation, a soul level animal communication conversation with an animal who is anxious themselves, but they're also trying to get their human to understand their own anxiety. This could be a good Bach flower essence to work. Like I wouldn't necessarily tell them that, but I'd be like, ooh, maybe your animal would like Bach flower essences. Go talk to Nina. But this could be one that would come out for something like that.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
Like it was interesting. Like we were talking about, like I went to dinner with a friend who has an animal, who has a dog.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden I was tapping in what would be a good flower essence for us to be with each other. But, the animal is doing their thing and me doing my thing so that we're embodying for ourselves, but we're able to be with each other to acknowledge that that person's there and that I am there, but we're together.
Right.
So, yes, it's when someone is, yeah, like they're joyful or smiling all the time, right? But that deep down that there's some anxiety or fear or whatever is going on in their life. It's not exactly what they're portraying to the outside world.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
Yes.
Awesome. Okay.
Okay. So the next one is Centuri, which we've done this one in the past.
Okay.
This is basically someone who cannot say no, right? They don't have very clear boundaries. A lot of times they may be the martyr or act like the doormat, that they're lacking that clarity or center. And this one also is that they're wanting to please everyone because they don't really want to say no. because they don't really know thyself.
Yeah.
So when you're not really clear with your boundaries, you don't really know yourself. So
Mhm.
the remedy of that, is to bring in that clear sense of self so that you are able to say no, that you do have those clear boundaries. And then this way you are more centered. And then you're able to be with like a group of people or be part of a group, but yet you still have that strong sense of self so that you are with like that group of people, or you're with some people that you still know those still clear boundaries, but you're able to move forward because you know yourself.
Oh, wow. Okay, cool. So like if an animal's working with you on boundaries or staying grounded or confidence about
Yeah.
yourself, this could be a good one.
Yes.
Sure. Okay.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
cool.
Yes.
Cool, cool,
Yes.
cool.
Okay, so then the third one we have is clematis, which I don't think we've used this one yet,
Oh,
which is Clematis. So this is one, like as we were talking earlier, it's difficult to be here. Like we're climbing out of our body because it's very hard to be embodied. We're really escaping reality and we're not living in this reality. We're more of a daydreamer, or maybe that we kind of fantasize what our life could be or should be, like we're living in the future. So we're
mhm,
not really present, or we're not embodied. It's someone that may be withdrawn from the present, or you know, they don't really have much, they're not aware of really what's going around them. They could be like very absent-minded, scatterbrained, inattentive, which we probably know a lot of people like that, that are just, they're creative, they're imaginative, they're artistic, they're romantic, but they're idolizing what a better world would look like for them.
mhm.
So the clematis is something that basically kind of you're really consciously embodied as being embodied. You're able to get more interest in the world. You're restoring your focus and alertness so that the dreams that you're envisioning or what you're dreaming up, you can put into action. So
Mhm.
that way, the creativity that you can bring into this physical world. And then that way, you are more embodied and present. And then you can be with someone moving forward.
Got it. So even like say somebody's really worried, like if the animal is like, oh my God, my human worries all the time about whatever may or may not come, which is really not being present because, and Father Richard Rohr talks about this, when you worried, you're thinking about the future based on the past. So you're not here.
Yes,
So,
yes.
so this could work for somebody whose animal is really helping them with worry.
Yes, yes, yes. And then when you talk about worry, there's other ones that you
Yeah.
can also do, like there is, and that comes with like mind chatter, but there's other different Bach flower essences that you can use. Like, you would use honeysuckle of living in the past to bring yourself into the present,
Gotcha.
right? Or you could use walnut to cut those cords from living in the past to bring yourself to the present. You
Okay.
can also, like when you're constantly worrying, or it's a repeated pattern or something like that, it could be chestnut bud. So there's a lot of like, it's just that slight little nuance of
Mhm.
what essence works best for you at the time.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
yes, yeah. So all of those three are definitely assisting. I'm sorry, it's raining here. And I was like, wait, what's
Oh.
going on? Sorry. Yeah, so these all three would help with to bring you into the present, which is what all about flower essences really do.
Yeah. But I would also say, like, as far as the other ones that work with worry, this is why to me, it's really helpful to work with somebody like you who can have the conversation with the animal telepathically, like we do, and or have a conversation just with the human about what's all going on so that you can better tailor the
Yes,
proper, yeah. Okay.
yes,
Just
yes.
I mean, not that you can harm yourself with these, but just for like the
No.
maximum efficacy, if you will.
Yes, correct. Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
Yes,
Cool.
because like as you're saying, you could take all of them, but the only ones that what your body needs is what will restore you back to your inner true harmony
Got you.
and balance.
Okay. Yeah. Perfect.
But
Awesome.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Thanks, Nina.
Well, thank you.
All
Hopefully this
right.
was helpful.
Yeah. So I hope everybody this helps a lot of people with this month. And we'll be back next month to have whatever. I don't know what the messages are yet, but as soon as we do, Nina will be back. So, and thanks, please listen to the podcast because it was a fun discussion that we had with Karen and Meredith and myself too. So thanks for doing that too. So cool. All right.
Thank,
See y'all next time. Thank you so much, Nina.
thank you.